For my kind of crew role, I selected that I'd want to do in the industry. I selected a director of photography because it's a job that appeals to me. And so, kind of the DOP, he heads up in the UK. He actually only heads up the camera department and just works in conjunction with the lighting department. But in America, they actually head up both the camera and the lighting department. So they kind of got to organise everyone so they work as a cohesive unit. And they also kind of work with the director to decide how the film's going to look, what kind of camera movements they're going to use, and how that will affect how the actors are portrayed. And so obviously you work closely with the director, and you need to have a good kind of sense of communication and understanding between each person. And then they go on to manage all the film processes, so they'll kind of supervise the camera operators and the trainees and the runners, and just kind of have a bit of a hand in that. And then post production, they actually have a hand in grading, because they've come up with this idea of how they want the film to look, and they'll talk with the director and the editor to actually get that look onto the film. So I want to be a director of DOP because it's obviously you add your own individual touch to other people's ideas, and you kind of give them what you think it should be. And it builds on my previous knowledge, because I came from a photographic background, so I've done quite a bit of photography, so I'm fairly confident with my kind of composition and understanding of light. And there's obviously different challenges to face on a daily basis, because you've got kind of stuff comes up, you need to kind of work with the kit and understand the kit, and you get involvement in loads of different parts of the production. And so for my DOP, I looked at Roger Deakins, who he's worked with the Coen brothers a lot, and so he actually started painting. And he bought a film camera one day, and found he actually had a kind of a thing for photography. He was fairly decent at it, and he actually took a year out after his secondary school and did a photographic documentary, and then went on to go to the National Film and Television School in Buckinghamshire, I think it is. And then he moved on to get a job in a documentary film crew after he'd graduated, and he started making music videos. And his feature film debut as a DOP was a film called Mountains of the Moon. And he then moved on to work with the Coen brothers, and he's worked with them since. And he's also worked on Shawshank Redemption and loads of other films, through to most recently the last James Bond film, Skyfall. And he's also been a visual consultant for both Pixar and DreamWorks, and Nickelodeon films for I think Brave, both the How to Train Your Dragon films, and as one other, I think. So you've obviously got there's multiple routes to get here. So one is, as a starter, a potential thing is getting a degree in photography, because that gives you a very solid base in kind of understanding composition, light, how film works as a medium, and kind of working up from there, and then moving on to working up through the ranks of a camera crew, starting as a runner, going up to or second assistant camera operator, and moving up through that, and then once you hit camera operator, moving up to directing. And kind of another one that I looked at was working in film rental companies, so kind of all the equipment you can rent out, because that gives you a really solid understanding of how the technology works.
Excellent. And for you personally, which of those is the most attractive path?
I'd personally say starting as a kind of second assistant on camera and working up through the ranks, because it gives you a solid understanding of hierarchy. But I'd definitely go in for a photographical film degree before then.
Has anyone got any questions for James?
Understatement, Roger Deakins, he's quite deep.
Roger Deakins, for those who don't know, is probably kind of the most revered cinematographer in the world at the minute. He's an absolutely astonishing camera person. I think your point about the photography is really important. I'd say that a technical grounding in photography is essential if you're going on to cinematography. It's also very interesting to know that a lot of photographers do end up working in film to a very high standard. The award-winning film Closer about Joy Division was shot by, who am I looking for? Callum, a guy called Anton, can't pronounce his surname, it's a Polish surname, who was a photographer. It was his debut feature film and ended up winning awards all over the place. So it's very, very helpful indeed. All right, thank you, James. That's great. Cheers.